motherfucking mind. Got 5 haircuts at the same time. White gold pants, jet ski, made a wine. Foie gras, Buster, Albert Einstein. Get money.
Money at my motherfucking mouth. A mansion, a ranch, and a camp in a town. A motherfucking store with the floor made of scalps. Bobby from the block don't got rocks, he got Alps. Get money.
Money in a motherfucking jar. Shark fin pastry, summers on Mars. 20 motherfuckers in a levitating car. 747 full of women and cigars. Get money.
Money in a motherfucking pie. A castle full of cars and a yard full of yachts. A leopard with a mink and an arm full of clocks. All hand wound every day by a spot. Get money.
Motherfucking joke. 44 eagles sewn into a coat. Zoo with the crib, mermaid in the moat. Buy another strip mall every 8. No, get money.
Money ain't a motherfucking.
Alright, we're back. Hello. It's another fun stream tonight. As you all know, we had a bit of a rough stream on Friday, reading the Rupert Lowe report, but in other news, we can now start on just having a good time tonight. So, I feel like it's a good time just to copy my link in. Let's put this in here. Alright, we're gonna play some Gacha tonight. I mean, as you know, it's always Azure Lane's what I always play. Why does it never change? Well, because Azure Lane's my favorite. I like the way you work it, no diggity. I like the way you work it, no diggity. No diggity, I'll back it up. The way you work it, no diggity. Back it up. About the pound. Curves the word, spins the verb. Through money. Loads of money. Very fitting today, I suppose. Considering how my stock portfolio's going. Cool, ice cold. Oh, these are all done. Alright. Oh, hell yeah. Bro, fight the power. Oh, bro, fight the power. Pop these up quickly. You get your hands up. You get your hands up. What you want? Get you what? Another one? Wow, wow, where do we go? Wow, our people, where do we go? Mm-hmm. Boom. Down, 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 down. Stop, get it, don't stop, get it, don't stop, don't stop. Wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, hold up, hold up. Hmm. Get your hands up. What you want now? You get your hands up. Get your hands up. Get your hands up. What you want now? You get your hands up. What you want now? You get your hands up. Hands up. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Showers make way into happy Mayflowers. Oh, hell yeah. April showers make way for happy Mayflowers. Make way for happy Mayflowers. heart, but you're to blame, darling. You give love a bad name. You gotta hold on me, reason you can't break free. No one can save me, the damage is done. You give love a bad name. You give love a bad name. Mm-hmm. Wave your heart, play your game. A bad name. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing, HG50? We're doing okay tonight. We're just gonna be doing some gacha. I saw you over on the Discord, just talking over to the guys. Well, I had dinner and head home. Yeah, good for you, man. I mean, we're just doing our normal gacha stream tonight, you know? So as you know, we're just gonna be doing our usual, gacha night, right? Hey, Eliana, there we are. How you doing? Thank you. So tonight's less depressing, as you can see. We're enjoying ourselves with some music and some beautiful boat women that make me happy. Oh, soon got a gun. Oh, nice. 6-shot 38 with a 6-shot. Okay, so it's 6-piece revolver with a 38-inch barrel. It's quite a fucking barrel, I will say. What do you? I mean, the last time I heard a barrel that long on a handgun was Captain Hans Gunsch from Hellsing, one of my favorite characters in anime of all time. The werewolf captain of the Millennia. No, it was Millennium in Hellsing, where he had the 2 Mauser C96s with the 38-inch extension barrels on the end of the gun. It's kind of like it's quite the long shot for Oh no, you said so 6-shot 38 with a 6-inch barrel. No, never mind. Okay, I misconstrued that. But yeah, no, that's rather interesting. That's actually a good extension. Now, if you guys haven't heard about what's going on in Montreal, apparently there was a shooter. Wondering where he got the firearms. Definitely illegal firearms, most likely. Which, by the way, I'm fully for full Second Amendment for Canada. But the main part of the story that people like CBC and everyone's trying to cover up is the fact that the female officer was hyper incompetent, killed a civilian, by proxy got her male partner killed when she fled the scene and fired at the civilian while the shooter was behind her, and absolutely made it apparent why female officers are a big fucking mistake, especially in Canada, which by the way, mind you, in Ontario, and so I'm just speaking from Ontario's perspective here, a lot of people go into the police training program without PAL licenses and only get their PAL license just before becoming a cop themselves. Meaning that a lot of them are hyper inexperienced with firearms. And even though I don't have a license myself, I have gone to open range days and I fired a wide variety of firearms, got gun safety training, basically got the whole program without actually getting the license, which I intend to do, to be fully above board, but nonetheless, it's just a matter of, I probably have a lot more experience with firearm training than that broad ever did in her life, and she just, of course, did what women most, do in those situations and fucking panicked. And, killing 2 people, one by her own hand, and one by proxy. I did start wondering at a certain site already feels like peeps that are doing videos already feel sleazy. If you know what it leads to, I'll leave it at that. What do you mean? Wait, H50, reiterate that. I'm confused what you're saying. I did start wondering, like, a certain site already feels like the peeps they have doing. H50, can you retype that, please? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I need you to, like, are you talking about like fucking what happened with the Rupert Lowe thing, what we were talking about on Friday, or are we talking about the Montreal shooting, or like what's going on? Because I'm out of the loop here. Sorry, it involves cabs. Oh, yeah, you're talking about Rupert Lowe, yeah. Well, I'm not surprised, because not only do you have the fucking British politician, British Metropolitan Police, everyone trying to cover it up for them still, you got fucking Hassan Piker laughing at the girls being raped. You have his friends that people he was gonna podcast with talking about how the girls should be raped. Sorry, I got stuck on that train of thought. Yeah, and then you also have people saying was fake, which ironically you have Islamists running defense for it, but you have fucking Jews saying that number cannot be real, and it's like Jewish politicians and Israeli politicians saying, oh, the number cannot be real, and we're all like, a Jew is claiming a number tally can't be real. Let's pull that shit back before you really run deep into that one, before we really run into the gas chamber again with this one. But it was just like the biggest what the fuck, and especially like when you hear Hassan, because like Hassan only, of course, you know what Hassan does, like every other person did, which I was very angry about a lot of VTubers just doing this, because even though they're covering it, they reacted to Asmongold's video instead of reading the fucking report for themselves like I did and sat through the whole damn thing. Is that he fucking reacted to only clips of Asmongold talking about it, or like talking about it in post, and then he snorted and made snide remarks about the girls being raped. And I fucking was just yeah, the guy I had no respect nor any opinion on, like, that was above anything beyond just being a you know, future compost to the earth. But Hassan really just like that was like, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. And I mean, like, because like I'm not shocked, but I'm still flabbergasted by after reading the report nonetheless, because, you know, what we read through on that day was just rough, right? I mean, like, we're not even just time of the report too. It's just, I said before, that was just the UK itself. We're the conservative numbers of the UK only. We're not talking about the rest of Europe and the rest of any Western nation that has been dealing with this shit for the longest time. The true numbers are in the millions for sure. Boys, girls most particularly, but boys included, being trafficked and raped. Which, I don't fucking... And then, yeah, I did have to take a break, but I've been dreading going into the worst stuff. Well, actually, H250, after the victim testimonies, because Rupert Lowe did... Okay, there is, in the annexes, there are a few more victim testimonies, but majority of the rest of it was about statistics and explanation of culture and how this led up to, and then the cover-ups by the politicians, and then it led into Rupert Lowe's proposed reformations to the whole thing, which is, I guess that was a bit more of like a slog to read through, because it was just more so I'm here to talk more about the victims. But I did appreciate that, you know, because it is a piece that is made for Rupert Lowe's campaign. It's also doesn't matter if I'm also going to win, I'm going to run this through into courts to basically put in front of them. You missed the end of stream though, where I did do some Twitter reading of some people who did some shitty things in response to this, and it was just, yeah. I had to cut that from the VOD, from what I actually said, especially about one of the British politicians, this one white lady. What I said about her, I actually had to remove from the VOD because I'm not allowed to say that in terms of not just on Twitch or, you know, Kick or like streaming sites, but just in general, because I mean, it's what she deserves, but it's not, but I am not really allowed to have it posted, you know? But yeah, no, there is no more of this peace and love and, oh, we'll find commonalities, we can maybe mesh it. No, it's like, no, anyone that's of that culture, skin color, doesn't matter what it fucking is, you get fucking sent back. That's my olive branch. There is no more. There has never been. And you can run that shit up the bank all you want. That is my opinion. And that's actually more of a statement of fact. I see, yeah, no worries. I was wondering why the video had to be re-uploaded, but I guess that was the reason. No, also because I didn't want the stream VOD to be by itself. I wanted it to just be the reading. Like, as I say before, I'm not going to get any views on that VOD. No one's going to sit through some no-name VTuber reading a horrific report for 5 hours, nearly 6 hours straight. But it's best that if, for example, if larger creators got their videos taken out who actually read it firsthand, well, at least if their videos get taken out, mine's another like line of, you have to go for this guy now next, because it basically gets the word out there one way or the other. It circulates it further. It does something, right? It's doing something. Now then, away from that news, I also, and I made this clear to my chat too, I stay away from VTuber drama. I don't get near it, and I've been not willing to touch it. I do feel really bad for, I will say, I do feel bad for that one girl. The one involved with the Sonic one, this whole Sonic hate brigade she got, and they had that fucking bitch in there who was celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and everything. And then you had that one, the main host of the whole Sonic anniversary thing that Sega is partnered with, basically claiming it's a no biggie that she's like celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and all basically calling for the deaths of all sorts of people. But Miyasu apparently is the worst because she doesn't want to be forced to speak about pronouns or kowtow to pronouns. And it's kind of funny when you think about it. The other one that I want to get into is apparently now people are trying to claim that Marin Kitagawa, or mainly not PNS people, a male feminist made a video where he claimed Marin Kitagawa was a feminist icon, which basically the cycle is now complete with her, where she was horrible, she was for the male audience, oh, she's, well, actually, you guys are terrible for liking her, oh, actually, she's kind of for us, now she's only for the girlies, get out, get out chuds. This motherfucker made a video completely misrepresenting what Marin Kitagawa was, and here's the thing. Actually, I'm gonna cut away from just that in general and hop over to what I'm about to say. This may offend some people. I don't like My Dress Up Darling, or I don't like most rom-com slice of life mangas. I should probably put it better. I was a fan of the series. I've been a fan of the series for a while. I read the full manga. I both scanlation and I own many volumes of it. I haven't touched it in months. And I say that because with a lot of rom-com series, I used to gobble this stuff down in high school and in like late elementary school, like by the boatload. Oh god, words. But I used to love slice of life rom-com. I even read Josei a lot, and as I've gotten older, I've grown to despise it, and I've grown to speak ill of it. Now you think, oh, was this a hoodweeb ship, or a bunch of a guy trying to turn tail and say he's a male feminist? No, it's because I see these rom-com series as more of a fantasy than fucking isekai half the time, right? It's like, no way a guy who is hardworking, has skills, but is, a bit of a who looks a bit like normal or just an average guy on the surface is going to have a girl like Marin Kitagawa, for example. That's not including, Hokkaido gals or anything of the sort. It's just, I don't believe that's possible based on how the whole modern dating pool is, and I generally don't like the series because they sell more of a fanciful idea to me. And then I remember, oh yeah, life is, the actual scene is terrible, and I get a little bit depressed from it, and I just kind of go, yeah, well, it's more like fantasy than anything else. Though, I will be real, I do like Marin. I will be real, on the down low, I do enjoy Marin as a character. She's great. Yeah, that was that.
Alright, Miss Fritz, I'm better write a lo-fi EP. I don't know, Shane. What if I'm just not meant to get cock and ball torture?
Tell me the duck story.
Do you honestly think you're fucking funny?
But what I was saying though is that there was a video by a male feminist who was talking about My Dress Up Darling, and he wanted to claim the series was a modern day feminist masterpiece in quotations, but he spent the whole video giving faux examples and never really presenting any argument to why it would be. And then at the end of the video, by the way, I need to mind you, at the end of the video, when I heard it, I was fucking floored to hear the Audio Jungle music, which was the soundtrack they used to use for the Plinkett outros on the not the I Squeeze Gats, but the piano during the end of Mr. Plinkett's reviews. But while it was playing out, he then completely undermined everything he said by just saying, "Oh well, it's actually the whole series is actually problematic because Marin's in high school." I'm just like, then what the fuck was the point of this whole thing? And then at day's end, you realize people, especially COVID weebs and hood weebs, have been trying to fucking destroy any love for the otaku culture in the West. And I think the reason why they hate Marin, or they want to claim Marin in particular, and it's the same reason why I personally don't like My Dress Up Darling, and like my current self right now, is that they want to turn Marin to the way I'd view Marin being like in real life, where she goes out and dumps Gojo after she becomes successful, and not even like dumps, just completely abandons him and sends him to a complete spiral after working him to the bone and basically mocking him. And basically spends a couple days shitting on him and ruining his psyche and then runs off. They would fucking love that. That's what they would unironically want, claim it, that is her being empowered and feminist. And I just hate to think of it like that, even though I know that's the reality of how things actually are with real cosplayers. A lot of cosplayers, as you know, don't actually do their own cosplay. They don't design their own cosplay. They either have a guy working for them or a team working for them, or they get stuff handed to them. And then, as you know, with most cosplayers, with most cosplayers nowadays in the West, it's not really about doing it for the love of the hobby. It's you get money and then you go fuck, suck, and swallow in the hotel room and go for basically go for gangbangs. And then if you had someone who was working with you, you basically fuck them over. I've grown very like disdain towards just that type of like series, because whenever I see these like rom-com or slice of life series, and it's just like there's like a topic in particular that they follow around, whether it be, you know, might just have done with cosplay, or it could be anything that's sort of like with cooking or mixology with cocktails, or you just name it. It could be sports of any kind. It's just, I don't believe it's real, because women are so self-entitled and are so narcissistic and are so willing to just basically wreck a guy's soul in front of them because they think it's funny, or because they can. And I don't believe there's ever a sweet girl out there that's why I believe those series are more fantasy than isekai usually. I'm talking to a guy here who's, by the way, people might say, well, Sirius Kovac, you're an incel. It's like, no, I've gone and laid many a times over. The problem is, though, is that I got roped into basically NTR plot lines to put in the worst way possible. Basically, I got roped into without my knowledge. Or I've had many times over where I haven't even, I'm not even banging the girl, but she fucking, at the dinner table, talks about, like, when I'm meeting for coffee, she's like, oh yeah, my boyfriend, like, I just want to find someone to replace him, and I just immediately get up and walk away, because I'm tired of all sorts of cheating whores and just bitches out there. I'm like, the more I deal with it, especially being like a tall, like, I guess it sounds narcissistic for me to say this, but objectively I know it for a fact, a good-looking tall guy. My problem is that, one, my own looks betray what I actually think and who I actually am on the inside, and number two, the more I deal with it, the more I become more like Toru Adachi in my mindset, where I just go bitches and whores, and I get very pissed off at women in general. Like, he's an outright nihilist. I guess I've become more nihilistic in that sense, but just, I feel miserable usually being about women. Like, I don't really like dealing with women for the most part, so I'm very misogynistic. That's why I'm very, like, it's one of my many negative flaws, I guess you could say, but it's like, it comes from dealing with so many constant, like, 95% of interactions being just shit, that it's not exactly something you can just completely throw to the wayside and say, well, it can get better, even though this is what my interactions have been. I just don't see any, like, joy or true love in the world. That's the way I see it. I guess it could be maybe a little too opening up of my inner thoughts, but that's just, yeah, might as well just put it out there, right? These people always do this. They try to co-op icons like Mara and Bayonetta, and let's just add Eve into that too, and 2B, and Yora 2B, despite talking badly about them initially. Well, yeah. I mean, they at the day's end, because once the characters get popular, then they want to ruin them, and mind you, I'm going to point this out here about a lot of the people who want to claim and co-op these characters, girls and like, whether they be feminist or left-leaning or just anything of the sort. The reason why they do that, it's because, and I'm going to be completely just straight up from my observation of the internet, besides being politically, like, a pawn, most of them don't even play the game. You know what they do? They watch porn of the character, or they have a porn animator, or a cosplayer they like, and then once they do the character, then they want to defend the character, then they want to claim the character, right? If it's profitable to them, or if they can use it for their own gain, then they'll only care about the character then, right? like until they can like be safe, horny, and goon to it in the right sense, supposedly, right? Then they're okay with it, right? Like for example, when they did the revision of Tifa for the for Rebirth for Final Fantasy VII, you know, I remember the discourse being Tifa being too sexy and being like, oh, how terrible. Of course, Capcom was also having problems with like themselves in the sorry, not Capcom, Square Enix was having problems on the inside with their you know, being censorious for the Middle Eastern market. But I remember in the West, it was like, oh my gosh, you got like honkers, that's terrible. And then all the black porn started coming out with Barrett and Tifa cucking Cloud, and I usually I don't even fucking watch that. Like once again, I'm pointing out the obvious, I don't fucking watch that shit. But basically, once all the cuckold porn or like black porn started coming out, then they're like, oh, we love Tifa now. It's like, really? Because then they feel safe in doing it, because it's safe horny, because they can add weird context, or it's because now cosplayers are doing it, now women feel safe saying it and doing shit. Like, you get what I mean? It's basically just, they don't even look at the character in the game and say she's attractive. They look at pornified versions of the character and then say she's attractive. And then they claim her as the feminist icon now because she's popping up to be in their favorite artist's gooning material, or that, you know, their favorite cosplayer's gooning material. It's more than just like trying to claim it for political points. It's actually because they don't even play the game, they just look at it through pornography. Narrow streams, narrow surgeons scream for more. Our paranoia's poisoned all. 21st century schizoid man. Ah, fuck. Not the nom. In front of you. I'm gonna take is another mistake for you. I guess I can take. I've become so numb, I can feel you there. Oh, where? What to do? Mm-hmm. Be more like me and be less like you. I do admit that said material can be a gateway, but I find that once you get into knowing a character, it just feels odd to want to stand if they are bad. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Right? Like, I am eternally reminded of that one post about the one 4chan guy made the green text about Galactica, about, like, all the fucking giantess porn and shit. But I'm reminded that it's like, you motherfuckers only got into this now because of, you want to, like, stroke your dick off to weird porn that fits your both social political narrative and then just, you know, that fixes some sort of weird sensibility that only you can jerk off to then. It's weird, to say the least. It's like a weird thing I picked up on as I've gotten a bit older. Like, going back to Marin, though, is that, like, how should I put this? I guess also, maybe it's also me too, and this is me being a bit depressed, I guess. I have a very strong attachment to a certain character, so I'm very glad the series is very obscure in the West. And that's over at the Hot Rod Racing manga, the one I really like. And I've always had a weird fascination with, she's my numero. Okay, actually, let me rephrase this. I want to make this super short. When people have to ask me, serious, what's your favorite waifu? And typically people want to like say the waifu that was the hottest, or the first crush as a kid that was gonna be like their anime wife, like their first actual anime like crush. For me, my number one waifu is not really one that's very popular or well known, but it's because she's very character driven, even though on the surface she's not very sexually attractive. Well, in the sense of like the way she was drawn, and that's Aika Katayama from Overwrath. Because Aika, I see a lot of myself in her outright. In the sense that all my negative traits, a lot of my negative traits I see in Aika, but I also see the way she perseveres and changes and evolves throughout the story, and I, for some reason, get this weird attachment to characters that are like that, where I can see a lot of my things I would do in a character, especially if it's like especially if it's a woman character, and that's where I usually develop like weird, the kind of crush on them. But I genuinely love her. She's one of my favorite characters in manga of all time, just from the sheer amount of development that they give her across the story, and she's not even the main character of the series. She's a supporting main role in Overwrath to Ryoko, and just her being her. It really, like, she really stuck to me as a narrative. Like, I just love this character, and I developed a weird crush on her as I grew up as a kid and into my teenage years. It was always a bit of like a back of my mind. It's like, I just want this Honda obsessed tomboy to be mine, But I guess really enough is that it's also because I see my most negative traits in her from her story arc and developments, and I just kind of go, I'm not good enough for her, right? And that's why I always kind of push that out of my mind, like, hey, I want to like really talk about how much I love her, because oh, it's a bit weird to do so for a fictional character, I guess, for a guy to talk about a fictional character like that. But it's also because I generally do have a affection for her that I just think if she was real, I don't think I'd ever be good enough for her, I try to be a better man in that sense. You can use your waifu to be like trying to better yourself as a man, but and that's what I typically do. But I just also go, well, she's probably too good for me. It's under the surface. I'm in front of your shoe. Also, put myself down like that. If anything, you recognize your own shortcomings is good for to better yourself, especially if you do it for that for those who admire love. Well, that's the thing too. It's like I initially for the longest time, and I did do this, but I also was of high desire for affection or attention, or just to get rid of that first itch. But when it came to dating, I was gonna save myself for, you know, a girl I thought was right for me. Kind of like I thought in my head, okay, I'd save myself for a waifu, right, or that shit. It was a very dumb, you know, thought of mine was when I was younger. And I look at myself nowadays and just go, dude, you're not good enough for any of them, right? Just put it out of your head. Like, yeah, I always do better. Like, I see a male character or role model or idol, and I'm just like, yeah, you know, I can do that, or I can outbench them, or I'm already so close to outlifting them. But then that same token as well, I just remember, like, you know, a character I liked when I was growing up, I just kind of go, I'm not good enough for her at all. You know? I often say I'm just like, I'm not good enough. Like, yeah, I shit on women a lot because, quite frankly, too, it's very obvious from what I've had to deal with. It's usually shit. It's not fun. A lot of women are pieces of shit. I can be real about that. But the same token, outside of my Adachi pilled bitches and whores, when you are deal with that festering pile, it kind of rubs off on you, and you realize to yourself, fuck, I'm becoming like the very people I hate. You know? I mean, that's why one of the things I also give advice to, and it's a saying I've said before on stream. I get people who look at me sideways for this, but I've said it in real life too. I call my car my girlfriend, and that gets a lot of people like look at me sideways, like, you know, serious, what the fuck are you talking about? Are you fucking, oh bro, you're sticking your dick at the muffler, bro? You're like the one guy on My Strange Addiction. It's like, no. I call my car my girlfriend because she's everything a modern woman is, which is she gives me headaches, she gives me unreasonable amounts of stress, she costs me a fucking fortune. I'm always have to buy stuff for her to keep her happy, and it's an obsession of Stockholm syndrome dealing with her. But at the same token too, the only difference that a project or enthusiast car has over a girlfriend is that if I put my foot down with her, she puts everything out that I gave to her back. She puts it all out for me, you know? She puts out whenever I put my foot down. You do that to a modern woman after spending how much money on her, she will fucking just like, you're not entitled to me. It's like, well, this one performs, this one doesn't. So, the girl goes, like a modern girlfriend goes into fucking limp mode, and it's like, let's see, this is the best you get versus my car, which fucking puts everything on the line. I guess in other words, I'm a Kevin 11 pilled on that regard. But yeah, just with that too, it's like you want to think about. I was just a bit quiet, man. I'm hard to construct some thoughts, plus making sounds impossible to respond. Yeah, it's okay, it's okay. I did get that way with both Mara and Galka when this series was going on, to think such perfect women only exist in umbrella fiction. Well, yeah, I mean, just like Mara is an inherent contradiction to my, or is a blatant evident to one of my philosophies on writing female characters, or like where the best women live, because I would often say that, you know, when the best women in life is going to be the one that's written by a man, but Mary Kitagawa is an inherent contradiction to that, because she's written by a woman, right? And I think she's the first series which, yeah, there were plenty of great series written by women, but she's like the first woman character, or female, there's like female lead that is, or, you know, I guess female, like, you know, wife, if you want to put it that way, but just mainly female lead, that I genuinely found interesting, and it's written by a woman. Which, for a woman to get what men truly want, is one of the easiest things, but it's near impossible for most female writers to do, right? Because anyone can make a female character a bimbo, a big busty bitch with a big ass who goes for the loser boy, but is just like, yeah, okay, and tries to sell that as like slop, right? Marin is nothing of the sort, which ones, you know, most of them aren't, but Marin is nothing like that. And her existence is a sheer contradiction to my own belief on that. Once again, the best female characters are written by men. The best women in your life will be written by men. She's an outlier to that. And I just think it's weird, personally. Not that I mind, but if the moon was nothing more than a fantasy, would mankind strive to shoot for it and eventually land on it? You know, that's the thing. We're still hoping for alien contact, and I'm not saying extraterrestrial life doesn't exist. I fully believe extraterrestrial life is a real thing, because there's no way our universe is this big and we're the only sentient and intelligent life out there. But I know it's funny to say I want to clap them alien cheeks and colonize them and be, you know, taking the footsteps of my Dutch ancestors, but I believe personally I like to believe, and I know it's not true, and it's nowhere set in the realms of fantasy, it's just my wishful thinking, but I like to believe that whatever creations we come up with of a beautiful race of people, or a loving, caring race of people, or kind of tulpifying a thought process of like, hey, you know, people who like elves, or you know, people who like who like HMOFA, or you know, who like orcs or goblins, and not like, you know, like the cute kinds, right? Or I guess, you know, like, you know, all sorts of like fantasy creatures we've had throughout time, fairies, and I guess you want to include I don't really want to include hell spawn like succubi or imps, but you know, like creatures that, you know, we fancifully think of, or like some of the more attractive races from Star Wars, right, or from Star Trek. I personally, my mind like to think to myself that we only have the inspiration to create them because they truly do exist out there, in the sense that there's a non-0% chance that they do exist out in the universe. Just we don't know where they are, and it's just us having like precognition of who we are to meet in humanity's future. I digress, though. I just also think it's wishful thinking on my part too. It's obvious that we're not going to meet creatures that are resemblance to to living inhabitants of Earth, but are a bit more fanciful in their appearance. But yeah, I actually believe that, you know, if we were, you know, if the moon was a fantasy, or, you know, most things were fantasy, we'd still shoot to strive for it. But when it comes to, I guess the difference is, though, that when you want to include characters that, you know, like when it comes to women in particular, in the modern day, and I'm trying to say this to the characters that everyone loves, they don't want to strive for that because that means putting work on their end, not just getting all, you know, hand over foot. That means they would literally just wear the fake skin and cheap cosplay of what men actually want. But they would do it to wreck and basically tear men apart, so I don't know. I really don't. Dentist, an oral hygienist. Open your mouth, girl, for 4 or 5 minutes. Take a little swish, it's all that when it's swallowing down, finish. Damn. Shake that ass for me. Monday. Let's get it started. Fucking my Hummer truck. I thought I might have to move something more. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Already read that. The fucking mind. Yeah. There we go. Forgot this banger.
Money at my motherfucking mouth. A mansion, a ranch, and a camp in a town. A motherfucking store with the floor made of scouts. Bobby from the block don't got rocks, he got Alps. Get money.
Money in a motherfucking jar. Shark fin pastry, summers on Mars. 20 motherfuckers in a levitating car. 747 full of women and cigars. Get money.
Money in a motherfucking pot. Castle full of cars and a yard full of yachts. A leopard with a mink and an arm full of clocks. All hand wound every day by a spot. Get
Money, 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 money. Motherfucker, fucking money. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. They'll get money.
Money ain't a motherfucking bribe. It's a sport I invented to win when I watch. You know all the rights and the lights and the locks. Even know all the ice and the Sprite you just drop. Get money.
Money of your motherfucking life. 2-ton angel carved out of ice. Alligator sailboat, dollar
It's
sign.
on ice.
Warehouse full of Van Goghs twice. Get money.
Money in motherfucking heart.
Give it to my dog. He makes money when he balks. Put it in my fridge or in one of my parks that I bought so my robots can learn how to lock. Get money.
Money of your motherfucking life. 2-ton angel carved out of ice. Alligator sailboat, dollar sign.
Yeah, okay.
Fill a warehouse full of Van Goghs twice.
Get money. Money in motherfucking heart. Oh. What's this one? Oh, Moonbase Oddity. Okay. Hmm.
Sweat, baby, sex is a Texas drought. Me and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. So put your hands down my pants, and I'll bet you'll feel nuts. Yes, I'm Cisco, yes, I'm Ebert, and you're getting 2 thumbs up. You had enough of 2-hand touch, you want it rough, you're out of bounds. I want you smothered, want you covered like my Waffle House hash browns. Coming quicker than FedEx, never reach an apex. Just like Coca-Cola stock, you are inclined to make me rise an hour early, just like daylight savings time.
PPP, nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. PPP, nothing but mammals, so let's. Fucked up.
The kind you clean up with a mop and bucket, like the lost catacombs of Egypt. Only God knows where we stuck it. Hieroglyphics let me listen, think I wanna be down in your South Seas, but I got this notion that the motion of your ocean means small craft advisory. So if I capsize on your thighs, high tide B5, you
Took my battleship and threw me on it. It's copyrighted battleautic drippage. You also be sure your man. I'll be still so we can walk my 6 miles. Come on, you and me. AVP, nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. Coming on now. Nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. That's me. Mm-hmm. Yes, we. Doing the Discovery Channel.
Let's begin now.
Good day. Hey, have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Hey, we have a good day. That's a day. Right today. Right today. Hey, we have a good day. Nobody gonna die. Ain't nobody gonna die today. Hey, have a good day. Good day. That's it. Oh my God, that's it. I'm gonna die today. Bitch, and then you die.
passion. My physical frame is celebrated cause I made it. One quarter through life, some golly like got rhymes, 365 days annual plus some. Load up the mic and bust one. Cuss while I bust one. My skull versus pain in my brain vein. Money maintain, don't go against the grain, simple and plain. When I was younger, this I used to do my thing hard. Robbing foreigners, take their wallets, they jewels, and rip their green cards. Dip to the projects, flashing my quick cash and got my first piece of ass smoking blunts with hash. Now it's all about cash in abundance. Niggas I used to run with is rich and doing years in the hundreds. I switched my mind. Instead of saying fuck tomorrow, that buck that bought a bottle could've struck the lotto. Once I stood on the block, loose cracks, produced stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Time is illmatic, keep static like wool fabric. Pack a formatic to crack your whole cash.
Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff fly, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we puff fly, cause you never know when you're gonna go. Life's a bitch and then you die. Life's a bitch and then you die. Life's a bitch and then you die. Life's a bitch and then you die.
My hope will never die. Carry on. And I won't let them wreck my soul. Hailstone. Soon I'll be turned to gold. You're my hope, heart of my hope. Walk to the low, but my hope will never die. Yeah. What is LGBT from the perspective of a line? I don't know. You tell me. I assume it's either gonna be a riddle or it's gonna be a joke. Like, imagine a sentient line on a 2D world. What would be LGBT to it? Like a sentient line? I mean, if that line is straight, anything beyond with a bit of curvature to that would just be different to it. So I would imagine that would be gay to it or LGBT to it. I don't fucking know. You tell me, man. You can go your own way. Go your own. Like, I'm a line. I come up to you. I have no width or height or length. What the fuck are you going on about? What is LGBT to me? Fuck if I know. Nothing? Because you're a line, but you have no width, length, or height? So I wouldn't fucking know. Dude, I don't even know, man. Why don't you ever try this bit in like some like larger streamers chat? Like see how that goes. Because I also got him curious to see how this would play out for someone who may be more stringent on their freedom of speech in their chat than me. What? Oh, you can go your own way. But not 1D LGBT. I understand how 2D LGBT look like. But not 1D LGBT. You know, fair enough. Fair enough at that point. See, that's the question. We don't live in the first. We don't live in one dimension. We live in the third dimension. So, well, technically fourth dimension if you want to think about it that way. Actually, how many dimensions do we fucking live in? I forget the theory behind that. But I suppose the point is that yes, you're correct that we wouldn't know what the LGBT would be to the first dimension. But the 1000th dimension of LGBT. Now that we're going a little too far into. We're going a little too far into theory that we should not be tapping into. The song again. This new booty. Can a line of dust have sex? That's the question. Can a line reproduce? Because that is the ultimate conception of sex, unless you're a higher being which only conceives sex for carnal pleasure. So that would be the question. How would a line of dust express sex or gender? See, these are questions that are made for the Weimar, and that's why the Weimar fell. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Exa. What would a gay line look like? That's the question. Would it have to be unique? That's first and foremost. It'd have to be a LGBT line. It'd have to be unique. It would have to be. It would have to be unique, you know. The refraction of light. It'd have to show the spectrum of the colors, spectrum of the color palette. So I would say it'd be the smallest and almost nearly invisible sliver of the color palette, and it would be in a curving manner to go in social norms of being a straight and narrow line. Could be fat. I mean, there are bare lines, am I not correct? Or there's, butch lines. Maybe it ends up being a shape because it transitions. Who knows? That is the question. More ships. What if my line paints itself and turns into a pink or blue line, blue or yellow line, then it's fabulous? That wouldn't be an indication of sex or gender, it'd just be it being fabulous. That or trying to be transracial. Is that what the kids are doing nowadays, or was that only for like a couple months in 2021 that people are trying to be transracial? I'm a bit flummoxed what the kids are up to nowadays. I want my line to be queer sun. But if like hear me out, it'd be trans line, it'd be space filling curve. I mean, sure. Whatever hypothetically you want, man. Oh boy. All I know is I'm tired. Sat through multiple seminars today. There are different types of pipes and gas lines I gotta learn how to fit. Different striker protectors and insulators, and fuck, I'm beat. Also, not on top of it, that's not mentioning me working full time and doing all sorts of exercise. Give it to you. X gonna give it to you. Why these tears? They don't know who we beat. Know who they seen. Just gonna rock, then we gonna roll. Pop, don't let it go. X gonna give it to you. He gonna give it to you. X gonna give it to you. Because 2D LGBT is easy, like you can imagine a cross section of a penis or vagina going through. I don't. Okay. Alright. Give it back. Mm-hmm. Be big. You wanna grow big. Oh, big woods, hell yeah. Backward steps. Then your stable stocks. To play set and sad and shit. I'm mad at a bit. I don't know, me neither. I feel like I do nothing but struggle. Our joints. I've never been as happy as right now. She gotta cope with the fact that it dies down. 'Cause in the end I just wake up salty. On my day with a pot of black coffee. Because right now, shit, I gotta cope with the fact that it dies down. Just wake up salty. Start my day with a pot of black coffee. The studio, he's just rallying. What's going on? What's going on? I'm really scared. Really scared. Let's play and with you care. Over the talking. But bitch, I ain't been tripping. Ankles missing. It's different suit, I'm taking job interviews and looking for a different dude. Laughs a bitch, I heard she's sleeping in the nude. To the truth. I wanna grow big, right? Let's not waste no time. Here we go. Alright. Right now, shit, I gotta go with the fact that it dies down. And I just wake up salty. Start my day with a pot of black coffee. Right now, I'm sick of gotta go with the fact it dies down. Wake up salty. Deal with the pot of black coffee. coffin flies. I love this one. I'm like, okay. Firefly. At home, need to take a load off. Oh, we all do. Enjoy some coffin flies right now. How would like 1D cross section? Fuck, that's a good question. Mm-hmm. I've been meaning to learn this. I mean, actually, think about like, okay, I don't know, man. Anyway, I was thinking about this. Because now I'm gonna have some more free time this summer because I'm done my my automotive school or college for the summer. I'm thinking about taking up some singing lessons. Finally getting to doing some music for once in my life because I was failed to be taught that at school. And outside the trumpet, I've been meaning to learn up like guitar. And mainly, I want to learn bass guitar to play coffin nails on it. That sounds cool. Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing singing no matter what. But I do want to do coffin nails eventually. Learn how to play it on the bass. Cool enough. Mm. In regards to Canada and some of the policemen, did they manage to catch the shooter still, or was he stolen? I don't know. He got his brain popped. I think they don't. Either they put a couple of to his chest, or they domed him. The bitch did. The fucking police bitch didn't, but you know. Tachyon. Hell yeah, fuck yeah. I'm killing it. Tachyon. fuck? What was that? I mean, they were posting all over the tall Discord, right? Remember that H250? We were looking at it, and then we saw the unfortunate officer who was dead. Then we saw which was very gruesome, and we saw the pedestrian victim, and then which was also gruesome. Then we saw the shooter who had the least gruesome one. So aside from that, the situation was assessed. Yeah, seemingly. Mm. I know, I couldn't watch the video because it was a still work. Yeah, I mean, the video I saw was the one shot from across the bridge over in Montreal. I mean, I'm pretty sure Charlemagne could tell you what bridge that was. I don't know. I'm not familiar with Montreal. I don't go around to those parts. Man, down. Mm-hmm. Da 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 da. Mm-hmm. Got you. So move. Time is running out. We're the strangest to love. And so do I. Never let you down. Oh, goodbye. And hurt you. One day being a slide along the length, another one to be made of be less sensual. I don't know. Probably. Goodbye. They have a nervous system. Probably feel it, so yeah. If you want, I'm gonna give you up. Say goodbye to the cell line. Not gonna let you down. Not gonna roll around it. Not gonna let you.
Jump down, and then say some fucking gay shit. I'm bye bye. I want to break free. I want to break free. I want to break free from your lies. You're so self-satisfied. I don't need you. I've got to break free.
Break free. Show, I have a right to show.
Do the Harlem Shake.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck is this song? Wait a minute. Personal Pong Do-Over. Jesus Christ, this is a banger. What the fuck is that from? I gotta use that line sometime. Mm-hmm. Well, we're almost done our stream tonight. So soon, well, remember, I gotta go to work tomorrow morning. Like, I want to be done before 12 o'clock. So let's see who's live on Twitch. Okay, we got Meat, Cleo, Hina. Not bad. Not bad select. I'll hide a low on Twitch. I mean, yeah, Coco and those whores, but I don't see anyone terrible, so I mean, we might just aim for either Meat or Cleo and just run with our usual like load of good girls. Probably Cleo or Meat. Whoever isn't. What? Nah, she's either Hina or Meat. So we'll apply right into it on Twitch, but we're almost done. So thank you all for coming, and we're gonna send you on all right to my girl. Probably gonna be Meat. Let's go. Meat. Yeah, we're gonna right into Meat.